Every day, people throughout the UK are falling victim to scams of one kind or another. It's estimated £9 billion is lost to fraud and scams each year, and around half of the UK adult population is likely to have been targeted by a scam. But that's not the only cost. It's always the most vulnerable people who are the con artists' targets. The scammers target their victims by post, over the phone and on the internet. For Arthur, it all started with one cold call from the scammers. Once victims respond, they go onto what's called a suckers list. The scam gangs sell these lists on to other gangs and let them know that you're gullible. Some victims receive hundreds of phone calls and letters every week from all kinds of different scammers. Once taken in, victims aren't able to think clearly. They only focus on the promised payouts, not the money they're losing. Victims often keep it all a secret. In reality, these investments are worthless or do not even exist. It's just a network of scammers preying on a vulnerable person. Like Arthur, who's 81. Over the past 10 years, he has sent thousands of pounds to foreign lotteries and fraudulent charities, as well as a wide range of scam investments. He still finds it hard to believe that the payout will never come.
It is now nearly 3 months since I last heard from you, and I am much in need of my payment, as I need to move house and cannot even contemplate that until I have funds to do various operations on my property before I can sell it. I have lost £42,000 in land investment scam, and now it seems that £40,000 of diamonds I bought are worthy only of a fraction of this. I have lost £150,000 in wine investments and little are left. I am desperate to get the money from my shares, as I cannot even afford the £1,000 required for a new pair of dentures, and I will not borrow money.
There are many different types of investment scam which are sometimes used at the same time on the same victim. The types of investment scams include stocks and shares, fine wines, diamonds, carbon credits, gold, land and timeshare. The average victim of an investment scam loses £20,000. As well as there being frauds in which the victim is contacted multiple times over many months, there are also frauds which force victims into making a one-off, split-second decision to part with money. Dennis, who's 86, was subject to such a fraud. In this complex scam, the con artist pretended to be his bank as well as the police.
It was the whole synopsis of it. It was so well done. Everything the other chap had said seemed to fall into place, what was going to happen. I really thought I was dealing with the police at that stage. Really did. And I wanted to be helpful. I made it myself. Put the receiver down, picked it up, dialed, and it was answered. Fortunate. I must have been a fool to give my credit card up just like that to someone that I don't really know. But it was so plausible the way it was suggested to me at the time. If you're on your own, how can I say? If Doreen had been here, she'd have been in the room anyway, listening to the conversation, such as it was. In all probability, she would have said, "Put the phone down, Dennis. Don't listen to them. We don't want to get involved in anything they could say." And I feel that it is the elderly people that are getting caught all the time. And unless you've got someone else to stand by, what can you do? I won't have anyone coming around it. Well, there's notice on the door, obviously, but I'm not going to entertain any more going to entertain any other callers on the phone now, coming around or whatever suggestions to buy this or buy that, because it's nearly always a fraud. Nearly always.
More and more scams are being developed, such as door-to-door scams, including bogus charities, fake surveys, selling goods, and mail scams like fake lotteries, bogus competitions, miracle health products, and internet scams such as spam, fake auctions, and bogus websites. Dating or romance scams leave victims with broken hearts and shattered confidence, much like 56-year-old Ellen, who met someone on a dating site and was scammed out of £70,000.
When she first started talking to him, she's very happy to have someone that's got time for her, someone that's given her time, someone that's given her a bit of attention, telling her how lovely she is, giving her hope. She was very, very happy. He obviously got in her head so well, he drew her in so easily, she just believed everything he said, didn't realise there's any problems. Very early on, when they started communicating, which obviously I didn't know at the time, she made him aware that she was in the middle of buying a property quite early on. And obviously that's also something he's really grabbed in on. She's got money, she hasn't parted with it yet. And I suppose, obviously that sort of kept the communication up for him. As soon as he's found out that she's got equity, that's my chance. See what I can get out of her.
The stress can cause relationships with family members to break down, leaving victims even more vulnerable.
And all the time you're thinking in the back of your head, it's just all a load of rubbish. How can I get through to my mum? What is going to get through to her? So that does put a strain on things.
Scammers direct victims on how to make payments and what to say if anyone queries it. The payment methods include money and bank transfers, direct debits, cheques, credit cards, and even cash.
I do hope you can give me some good news soon. I do not know how much longer I have got on earth, and all my worries are causing me terrible stress.